This week's Parsha is Parshas Shelach. Parshas Shelach tells the story of the Meraglim, of the spies. 12 spies were sent by Moshe to spy out the land of Israel, to seek out its virtues. And at least Moshe's intention was that they should extol the virtues of the land of Israel, its fruits, its fertile land, its views, and so on, to the Jewish people so that they should get excited about entering the land of Israel. Even though that was the intention of Moshe, that was not the intention of the 12 spies. The Pasuk says, Vayelchu vayavoyu, and they left and they came. Rashi on the spot wants to understand why the verse would say in subsequent words that they left and they came. So Rashi says it's to connect their leaving to their coming back, meaning that just as when they came back, they told an evil report, they told of all of the dangerous people who live in the land of Israel and of their fear of conquering, of failing to conquer such a land, so too they set out, at the time that they set out on that mission, on their spying mission, that was their intention from the top. They always intended to bring back an evil report to scare the Jewish people from ever entering into the land of Israel. The Mefarshim, the commentators, want to know what is the purpose of this lesson. Why does the verse want us to know that their intentions were evil from the start? What do we see from this and what do we learn from this? So the Orach Chaim has an amazing answer. He says that if their intentions as they set out would have been for the good, if their intentions would have been as Moshe's intentions were, to bring back the positive attributes of Israel, to excite the Jewish people about entering the land, then perhaps as the evil inclination crept up on them, as they viewed the giants that lived in Israel, in the land of Israel, they would be protected from their desire to bring back an evil report. Meaning that if a person starts off with good intentions, even if without Hashem's help he would have failed later on the test, his intentions at the onset would protect him from the evil inclination. Hashem would give him extra protection from being desirous of forming an evil intent. That's why the verse tells us, Vayelchu vayavo, and they left and they came. That their intentions from the start were for evil, and therefore Hashem did not provide them with the protection from the evil inclination, as we see when they came back and they reported all of the scary giants that inhabited the land of Israel. Because of that, they did not merit the protection from the evil inclination and brought back the evil report, which their punishment in the end was for their demise. And 40 years the Jewish people wandered in the desert as a result of this episode. Also within the story of the spies, we have that the spies entered a place called Eshkol, and they found very large fruits. They found grapes, they found pomegranates, they found figs, and they brought them back to the Jewish people. What's interesting is that the Pasuk, the verse, devotes almost an entire verse to the story about the grape. The Pasuk says that they got the grape, and they put it with 2 sticks, and that place was called the Valley of Eshkol, the Valley of the Cluster of Grapes, from then on. And the question is, what is the purpose of this verse? Like we said before, everything has a lesson that can be learned from it, something that is valuable. But what value is there in telling us that this place was called the Valley of Eshkol, of the Cluster of Grapes, after the large cluster of grapes, the spies collected as they came back to the Jewish camp? Furthermore, as the spies came back and they showed the Jewish people the fruits, they showed them all the fruits, it says. It says they showed them the fruits of the land, meaning the figs, the pomegranates, and the grapes. Why were the grapes singled out? And why was a place called the Valley of Grapes, of the Cluster of Grapes, after that grape? What significant lesson do we have from those grapes? Have a good Shabbos.